Okay, so I'm gonna do this live stream now to talk about why I haven't been posting any videos like this or doing any live streams like I used to do. If anybody even still cares about this channel or was wondering, and perhaps some of this information can even be of use to other real people out there or other targets, perhaps as they call them. And yeah, I just put it this way: Aaron Haywood and his flying monkeys and Stupid Brett and all these other fucking stalkers basically figured out who I was, and they doxed me and threatened me extensively and persistently for years, threatening to kill me, threatening to make me homeless, threatening to put me in prison, threatening to come to my door with a camera crew to drag me out on the streets and I guess fucking off me or whatever. I don't even know anymore what these weirdo, creep, stalker, and pieces of shit really want. I mean, but apparently I guess what they want is exactly what they say. You know, they want people in positions like myself to be homeless or pretty much gone from this reality because they're sick, twisted individuals. So that's why, you know, I did succumb to a lot of these fear and intimidation excuse me, some of these fear and intimidation tactics that they use against real people such as myself. And that's exactly what they did. And they threatened to come to my door. In the case of Aaron, he threatened to come to my door, I believe, with a camera crew. I mean, I think he threatened that towards several people, and he's still saying he's coming to America, and he puts my legal name in his videos, or he says my legal name in his videos. And Brett Logan posts my address and legal name and threatens me and the rest of my family. And I did succumb to a lot of the fear that these gang stalkers were putting out because you know, this extensive and persistent stalking and harassment that they've been participating in pretty much since the time I got on the internet, but it especially got bad around 2019. So with the doxing and everything, that's why I haven't been making as many content. But now there's no point in living in fear because I don't want to give into the whims and the wishes, I don't want to give into the whims and wishes of these stupid cult gang stalking fucking reptilian demons. I don't care whatever the fuck you want to label them, fallen angels or whatever. The fact is, that's basically what they are, and they are sick and twisted. They're basically psychotic, and they don't think like normal humans, so it's no big deal for them to make you homeless and devour you on the streets and tear you apart, right? Well, they simultaneously, you know, make all these posts about how much money they have, how well they're doing, how good looking they are, and, you know, you're the complete antithesis to all of these types of images that the stalkers, try to portray for themselves. And they've been telling me for the last 5 years or so that I'm complete shit, that I've been defeated, that I'm not allowed to make videos because I've been doxxed, and now I'm being threatened on a daily basis, tagged, my address, my legal name, my full legal name. They mention it all the time. They accuse me of being all these channels and people that I'm not, clearly, and they know I'm obviously not those people and channels, yet they continue to make those claims knowing that it's completely untrue, and they do it simply to continue this intimidation and smear campaign and try to silence people like myself. And a lot of people these days are very afraid to show their face and just talk on the internet because they're afraid of what these gang stalkers are going to do. They're going to make them ruin their life. They're going to get them fired. They're going to call up their boss. They're going to show them their videos, and then they're going to get fired, and they're going to have to move back in with their parents, or they're going to have to be homeless on the streets unless they have some sort of savings, which is increasingly unlikely in this given so-called economy, right? And because of those factors there, it's impossible, or rather, it's very unlikely that large numbers of people that are real people like myself are going to come out here and just show themselves on webcam like this, like it's 10 years ago or whatever. Well, the gang stalking demonic operation is in full swing now. They control large swaths of the population like they always have, but it's only gotten worse, obviously, since the 2019 virus, right? So hopefully I can put out some more content and do more live streams now. I mean, even though I'm still under the constant threat of losing everything because of this group of people that hate me for no apparent reason. You know, they can't move past anything. I mean, you say their feelings are so fragile that if you mention one bad thing about them, they'll obsess about it, and they'll bring your name up for years and years. In the case of that fucking freak Brett, you know, that's obviously his MO and what he's been doing now for, and to me, he's been doing this since at least 2021. Yeah, but those were the main reasons why I have chosen not to post any type of content like this in years, and I'm still under the threat from all these people. You know, they're just scumbag, gang stalking, psychopathic retards, and I'm just gonna choose not to be afraid of their bullshit anymore. And they can come get me if they want. They know exactly where to find me if that's what they really want to do. So, you know, I'm just gonna see how this goes now, and I think they're all just a bunch of fucking talk, and they don't have any serious intentions of doing what they say they're going to do, like Aaron when he says he's coming to America to eat pizza and visit all of his haters with a camera crew and knock on their door and drag them out on the street. Try it, you weirdo. You know exactly where to find me, and let's see if you follow through with these types of promises that you made towards myself, I suppose, Pastor Daniel, and all these other people you fucking hate, apparently. Okay, so you see the chat here? Yeah, I remember all that. Yeah, so okay, so those are the reasons why I wasn't posting. Yeah, back in 2019 when I got doxxed, originally there was a channel called Pack Lives that said he was going to come kick down my door and shove his 12 gauge down my throat and pull the trigger. And there were several of them, and they were posting my house with police siren videos. Yeah, that all definitely happened. And they said if I don't shut up, if I don't stop making content, they were just going to come basically kill me. So I don't really know how to put that any other way, and it freaked me out. And yeah, I did succumb to their fear tactics. I really didn't know about the gang stalking at the time, so I was just more scared that they were actually going to come through with their threats, and they still might actually, because you know these stalkers do want to sacrifice real humans and make them homeless. It's a fact. These Masons and these Dracs, yeah, that's exactly what they want to see happen to actual children of God. So, well, yeah, you were 13 and I think I was 29 or something like that. Yeah, so even though I was 29, I was still extremely scared, and they loved it. They loved seeing how terrified I was and all that, and how that shit made me really question what I was doing on the internet, and it gave them a lot of hope that they could shut me up. And I guess now I just don't give a shit anymore, to the point where I don't care. They can, I guess, if I lose my life tomorrow because of them, or the next day, or in the near future, you know, this is all temporary, and this is all a fleeting moment, and it's all going away. So I just don't want to live in their bullshit fear trap anymore. They definitely did everything they could in their power to make me as scared as I could possibly be over the last 5 years. Constant threats that I'm going to go to prison, that I'm going to be dead, that I'm going to be homeless, that my mom and the rest of my family or whoever else is going to get the same type of treatment, right? It's just very sick, and I just can't relate to it. But I guess the people that can relate to it are either psychopaths or they're Dracs, they're fallen angels. They don't have any consciousness. They just act to destroy everything that's good and right in this world, right, in the sense that, you know, what is natural and what is right, they are going to obviously subvert that and manipulate it towards something ugly and destructive. And that's what this realm is at the moment. Just death and destruction. Let me see here. Yeah, and people, you know, can think whatever they want about me, but the fact is that I was really scared and under enormous amounts of stress for since 2019. So now we're going on almost 7 years. I've had to live under fear because my name has been doxxed and my family has been threatened, and that's why I haven't been posting any content. I want to post content. I want to say what I want to say on the internet, but other people, so-called people, right, but they don't want me to say that, and they don't want other real people to be speaking their minds right now. They just want these stupid shill channels that have you know, all this garbage to say on their channel that just goes nowhere. You just go on a loop and you basically just repeat the same sort of information over and over again, and they just want you stuck on one thing, and ultimately what they really want you to believe in is this illusionary reality that's all fake. And they don't want people like me to come up here and actually tell you that it's really fake, that this reality is really fake. Aaron Haywood will tell you, no, you should eat fast food and it's okay. That's what these shills will tell you, and I can point to probably a dozen so-called fake truth channels that are telling you to eat fast food because do whatever your heart desires, and if, you know, and you can manifest your health, right, and all this stupid ideas, you know, just ridiculous. I'm very just done with stupid Brett and stupid Aaron and the rest of these stupid fake truthers that just tell you obvious lies, and they're boring than PCs. You know, Aaron's content, for instance, who the fuck is going to watch Aaron's repetitive, boring shit content where he says, this person is that person because I say so, for 15 fucking minutes. Pathetic. Beyond pathetic. It's really NPC level of content, and nobody real is watching that shit. They are tuning out. They're not tuning in, you know. I can't watch more than maybe 1 minute of that, for instance, before I just completely get bored of it. So I can't stand listening to any of these channels. I don't watch any live streams from these truth channels. I don't watch their content, really, very limited amounts. If they say anything that's worth, you know, learning, you know, if any of it is actually like new and educational, then sure. But in the case of Aaron, he's just a fucking bullshit artist, edgelord, thinks he's putting out all this, you know, crazy information, you know, when in reality, you know, he's not talking about the actual information that is most critical and important right now, which is this gang stalking and this infiltration of society by the children of the devil, so to speak. So he will not tell you about these large swaths of people that aren't people and they're on the streets. And he says there are good people. He says this society is good, and Brett, I believe, says the same thing. They're both fucking liars. And this stream isn't even about them, but I am talking about them in quite a bit in detail again because of just how many types of psychological intimidation, threats, and so forth that they leveled against me. It was very troubling time these last 6 years, and I feel like I'm just now in the very early beginning stages of crawling my mind out of their torment. And, I mean, people can see it however they want, but these type of threats rather that they direct towards people clearly can leave people with a lot of anxiety, even PTSD. People don't want to post content on the internet anymore. More and more people are choosing to remain anonymous or just drop out of YouTube altogether because of these gang stalkers that will come flood your channel with content, right? They'll keep tagging you and they'll leave all these crazy comments and make all this stupid, slanderous videos about you. Then they'll threaten your family, then they'll dox you, and it's the whole thing. And I've seen this from so many of these gang stalkers. So the pattern is self-apparent, and I think they're retards because they give themselves away with the types of repetitive language that they use as it pertains to, how they don't want people talking right now. And that's really what it comes down to. They don't want you talking on the internet like this. They don't want you to have your face in front of the camera and to speak your mind and to live fearlessly, so to speak, like the way the internet was probably 10 plus years ago. So I think that's the extent of everything I had to say for this stream. I probably rambled on a bit too long, but I'll read the chat and then we'll sign off here, okay? And maybe do another live stream later tonight if anybody had another topic they wanted to discuss, or I can think of anything worth talking about maybe that I forgot in this stream. So let me see this. My best friend, who is Freemason, cut me off all because of some micronation, and he didn't like the fact that I was Horace. I knew that your name was, but I didn't dox you. Okay, well, now you can maybe see what these gang stalkers are really like, because now they're coming after you and they're posting slanderous videos about yourself. And I'm sure if you did what I did, 7 years ago or whatever, showing your face and you put your name and your face on it and you speak the truth, they would have done the same to you. And, they are doing the same to you regardless. So you see how the game is played now, please, I guess. I've seen all the posts and all that, so don't think I'm not paying attention, because I'm watching the videos now and listening to what I'm just observing. Okay, so yeah, I think that's pretty much all I need to say in this stream, though. I'll keep this stream up, and if you can think of any type of other topics for a live stream, let's comment those below, and I'll maybe do a live stream about that. Or if I can think of something else, I'll come back on. Because I don't want to live in fear of retards like Rhett and retard Aaron, who doesn't have any hair on his head, and he's a fucking like a little soy dough belly. He is nobody. It would be embarrassing to really fear that creature. It is an embarrassment, and yeah, I feel embarrassed that I ever felt any type of fear towards these entities. Okay. Yeah, and it's not just what they've done on the internet. They've tried to take me out in real life, and I might talk about that in the next stream. But for this stream, I'm going to call this a stream now. It's already been almost 20 minutes, and I think people get the idea. And hopefully I'll be back on a bit later.